Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Last Door. So let's use our key on this door over here so that way we can enter the mausoleum. Here lies an angel. Great pity must be felt for those who did not hear her. Pity for those not blessed by her naive grace, not shaken by her heavenly voice, trembling their souls into divine ascendance. Here lies Daphne, God rest her soul. Okay. The sarcophagus is broken. Where on earth is the coffin? Who could have done this? Okay, so I guess the body itself is missing. Or at least what contained the body. A trail of soil leads from the sarcophagus to this hole. Was the coffin transported through here? I guess it must have been. So here we are back out on the streets. I can't see anything through these dirty window panes. It is locked. Okay, well since our only option is to go through there. What was that? Maybe I can see something if I look into the keyhole. Ugh. Darkness there and nothing more. If that didn't scare the bejesus out of you, then nothing can. That was like a red demon of some sort. Gross. With the help of River named blah blah blah, like I really give a crap about any of this stuff. Let's have a look here. Books with unpronounceable names in dead languages. What's over here? A lot of dusty books, anatomy, history, science. Like anybody cares about stuff like that. Har har har. Myths and legends this time. Norse tales, Greek, ancient Sumerian, others that I don't recognize. Some of these scripts I've never seen. Well, it's not like you're gonna go through every script that exists under the sun, so of course there's gonna be some that you will never see. And here we have a lunatic who's reading in the darkness. Does that even make sense? I beg your pardon, sir, if I have startled you. What are you doing here sitting in the dark? Why, I am reading these marvelous books. In the dark, but how can you see the words without any light? That is the only way to see them, really. That is, if you want to see the words on the other side of the page, the words from the shadows. Shadow always hides from the light, you know, so they can only be read in darkness. Are you the owner of this bookshop? Oh goodness no, the bookshop doesn't belong to anyone, not since I found it here. I am just a guest, an explorer of these ancient tomes. Have you seen a man pass this way? He is red-haired, tall, and wears a cape. Oh yes, I know of whom you speak. I see him here from time to time, perusing the books. He would pick one off the shelf, glance at it, and then put it back. He and I never spoke, though. Why do you ask? I see him sometimes, but he sleeps away whenever I try to meet him. I feel as if he is guiding me towards something. That may be so. We each have our own white rabbit to lead us through the lost places. Can you tell me which books this man perused? Let me think. Yes, I recall him looking at Unexplored Places of the Empire, an excellent tome, very revealing and very, very rare. The bookshop is very fortunate to have a copy in its collection. I'm not sure where it is now, but I'm sure it can't be far. Pardon the interruption, sir. I will leave you to your reading. What a fruit basket. A large collection of books. Nothing else of interest there, though. Let's press onward. I hear a woman's voice in the distance. It sounds as if she's singing a lullaby. Okay, if this isn't giving you the creeps, then I don't know what else could. It sounds very haunting. What's this? A book lies on the floor. Its spine reads Unexplored Places of the Empire. A page has been marked. The Place of the Eternal Fog, also known as Saala. It's a unique bay in the east of Beleshwar, near the jungles of Bangala. It is surrounded by tall, snow-capped mountains, usually covered in mist. The waters of the bay are very dangerous and rarely visited. The that is actually a subtle reference to what will be happening soon enough. There's a thing over there, we've got a thing over here. The remains of a coffin, it looks like it was burst from the inside. And a freaking tree? It's a massive dead tree. How could it have formed here inside the building without sunlight? Good question. The remains of a... Oh wait, I already read that. I see something caught in the branches. It appears to be a page torn from the book below. On the ground lies a book entitled The Songs of Zahala. The page to which it was open has been torn out, but the remaining fragment identifies the song title, The Search for Simurgh. So it looks like we can't really do anything else about that. But there is still this little opening down here that we can enter. So let's do just that. So exploring a little further. A surprisingly lush vegetation covers the place. I don't recognize the species these plants belong to. Well, that is very odd that plants are down here. A cracked wall, a long green vine has grown through it. Okay. And here we have the opening to that wall. And it looks like here we are in the sewers. That witch is still singing. There is a note partly obscured by the mud. I mustn't fall asleep. I hear them crawling. I hear them gnawing. Rats. Too many of them. They know I'm here. I mustn't fall asleep. They stalk me, coming closer and closer. I can see their blood-red eyes glimmering in the darkness. I mustn't fall asleep. And what's this crap here? A pile of ragged clothes, caked with mud and full of holes. Okay. Continuing on. We've got more vegetation here. And what's this? The dead roots of a once great tree filled the cavernous sewer. A strange green moss covers its surface, and there is a great crack along its length. Let's try using the violin on it. Okay, it's swallowed the violin. The violin has disappeared amongst the roots, as if it's swallowed up. The trunk seems to be expanding. That noise came from above. Let's see. The crack closes after I've placed the violin as... Okay, I already read that part. Okay, so... the fact that the noise came from above is the game's way of trying to tell you to go back upstairs, because there is actually something for you to discover up there. So going through this crap once again. All this vegetation and other gross nonsense. Well, well, well. The tree has grown. Some of the branches have crashed through the window and into the street. So because they've crashed into the street, the window has been broken by the tree's branches in its sudden growth. Intense rays of light stream into the bookshop. So because it's crashed into the street, then that means that we can read our final page of that book that we need to find. It's out in the streets somewhere. We just have to go out and find it. So here we are back in the sewers. So this is just the unexplored area that we couldn't access because of the darkness earlier. Do not fall asleep. And then if you continue, then you'll eventually find the rats area. No, I did not mean to do that, Jesus Christ. Anyways, this was the area where we were before. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, let's go over here. And then we'll go to this area. And here we have... The paper sheet captured in the branches is now within my reach. On the page is a strange poem, so this is actually a hint. It says, "First into the wind, they sought for the king, but lost were the birds, they wept in suffering, and flew to the sea, compelled by a need. They were found there, silenced, their quest was complete." So in this case, just remember wind, birds, sea, and then silence. That's all you need to remember. Well, that isn't creepy. Our red-haired friend is staring at us. And still following us, he is. And it looks like he's going off into the fog. How creepy. Let's go after him. Okay, now let's just have another look. So that's wind, birds, sea, and silence. So here we are just in an obscure little area where there's just nothing but fog. Listen very carefully, because there are noises that are made in these areas. So I don't know if you guys can hear that clearly, but it sounds like bugs, and then you get a click option. Ignore that. What you want is what's described in here. Wind, then birds, then sea, then silence. Aha. So now we can actually hear wind. Unless, of course, I'm mistaking that for the sea. But I don't want to take the risk, so I'll keep going. Let's see what else we get. Okay, that's definitely the sea. So back to the wind, and let's click over here. So now we are in a different area. So first there's wind, and then we're gonna look for birds. The sound of birds chirping. Okay, we're back to the insect sound, or crickets, or whatever the heck that is. I can still hear the wind. Oh, come on. Oh, really? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go all the way back to the other end, and we know how slow this dude walks. Jesus Christ. You can hear all the creaks and stuff, too. I wonder what are these? That kind of looks like it's supposed to be an angel over there, that statue. Anyways, now we can hear the birds. Okay, so it was wind, birds, and then sea and silence. So I think this is the shortest way, so let's just go with here. Okay, it's still insects chirping. We do not want that. We want to hear sea. Okay, that's definitely the wind. And it sounds like it's gotten stronger since our last encounter. Aha. So now that we have our ocean, and now our final thing that we will look for is silence. Nope, I did not mean to click that. Jesus Christ, it's a good thing that you can unclick stuff if he's still walking. Well, that sounds like silence to me. And it's through an archway. So here we are in who knows what. I feel like this would be a marsh or something. It sounds very wet. Obviously it would be in nature. Ah, and there's our red-headed friend. And off he goes. Let's follow him. Oh, and we got an achievement for that, the short path. I know that you guys can't see that. I think you can only get that achievement if you get everything right the first time. Oh, what voice should I give him? Your ticket, please. And then we give him our ticket. Thank you, please come in. And it looks like this is some big mansion or maybe a theater. Ah, and it looks like there's representations of the 4 witnesses up on top. What could that suggest? And it looks like we don't have an inside view. But in any case, I'm gonna break the video here, and when we come back, more of Let's Play The Last Door. So until then, have fun, everybody.